So we are going to be recording just audio now. I'll be just posting our
Okay.
audio afterwards, since the YouTube G Plus breakup.
What, they did something with that?
Well, yeah, YouTube, you could hit a go live event and you could automatically live stream your Google Hangout and it would record it at the same time. So you
Yeah.
could upload it later. That relationship is severed. So
Ah.
if you want to post your video or audio of your game, you have to record it on something and then upload it, which is a whole nother, as John said, rabbit hole of figuring stuff out.
Yep.
Like, oh, great, I get to figure out computer audio and recording now. Like, I got time for that. So this is session 11.
Let me see.
I think it's 11. And you're on the Frenaie Road. Frenaie Road. Jacques the Ranger just said, "You guys look pretty directionless. Want to come help me hunt the beast?" Is where we left off a month ago.
We're going to the village of La Frenaie.
Le Frenaie. Yep, which is to the north of you. 2 day. I think we came up with 2 days journey. Distance
Okay.
time. So that means rolling 4 encounters on a forest road in Averoigne. I've got my own table for that.
Of course.
But the first day is there's no encounter. It's a brisk, clear autumn day, and near the end of the day, when you've walked your 8 miles and are starting to get tired and looking for a place to camp, um, one you can see a big one of those big flocks of birds like crows that do the weird thing in the sky.
Flying?
No,
Circling.
flying, but like in a swarm, and they're kind of spinning around or what have you.
Oh,
I
right.
saw it. I saw it in True Detective. So, and then you can smell campfire, roasting mutton. You're also hearing the persistent clamoring and sounds of mallets and voices.
Oh, we should definitely go say hi. I'm so hungry.
Yeah, it is dinner time. It's about time to fill up the canteens, cook dinner. Um,
And
the
so, are we on a trail?
You're on a cart track. The Frenaie road narrows the closer to Frenaie you get. This road comes out of Vionnes, but not many merchants or travelers take this old forest road anymore. They take the King's Road, running northwest out of Vionnes, because it avoids the thick Averoigne forest.
Is Kevin's character from Rom'Myr or from here?
He's Rom'Myr.
Use Rom'Myrian?
Just double checking that was on.
Yes, you are. So Rom'Myrian, so how did you get to Averoigne? Because it seems like a lot of Rom'Myrians are traveling to Averoigne.
Oh, I got my backstory. What happened with that one? I thought I'd done this.
Yeah, you probably did. Oh, so you don't get a dark secret then, because you're not from Averoigne. Averoigne's only for dark secret. Dark secrets are only for people from Averoigne.
Okay.
So you only get the 250 from your XP from your god.
Well, who also isn't from Petty God, so I don't get anything at all at the moment.
Okay, you get nothing. Okay, but I like your god. I just assumed he was, but I like your god. It's a good one. Anders, did you take a petty god and a dark secret?
I thought I should choose a petty god as well, but then you said that I should have a dark secret, so I went with that.
Okay, you can have a god from the petty gods, I'm awarding 250 XP to any new character that uses a god from petty
Cool.
gods. And
That
since you
will mean that I'm second level.
awesome, so roll your
So
hit
but
to
I can do that next time. I write
nope,
here plus
nope, nope, nope.
250.
Leveling
No?
is instant. I don't wait.
Now,
We pump here. We get you quickly escalated as we can. Also take
Okay.
250 XP for having a dark secret because you're an Averonian.
Cool. So I will break out my
And
calculator
Jacques, I
here.
believe you took your dark secret bonus a few sessions ago, right? You got your
I
250.
think all my stuff's good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, so the King's Road running northwest out of Viones is
Oh,
much more traveled.
all my friends from a distant land, let's go and hail the people on the road. You'll meet our fine customs, and they will greet us with warmly, and we'll probably have some mutton. And if they're not willing to part with their mutton, I will probably ask you to pay for it with your silver, most definitely. But come, let's go greet them. I'm walking down the road, and I'm saying,
Hmm.
"Hail, friends! Hail!"
The cart track, huddled together in a forest glade, bisected by the cart track, is a gypsy caravan preparing an evening feast. And in the gypsy land, gypsies are called in Averoigne, you call them Drune.
Oh, it's the Drune. Ah, that will get a warm greeting here, most definitely. If not,
Yeah.
I'm running away.
Well, did you know that Jacques and the Ranger, you know the Drune as what traveling laborers? Since it's the fall, they would probably most likely the harvests are in, and that's what they're doing. The harvests are in, they've been paid, and they're heading south for the winter, getting out of Averoigne. They're gonna go through Viones, sell some of their stock that they still have, horses and such, and then continue on. Um, they're celebrating the end of harvest season, so also a red comet is appearing tonight. So it's the night of the soaking moon in the red tier. This happens every 125 years. The comet comes around.
Do Le Batard and I know this?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You're
don't
kind of
worry, y'all. There's gonna be a red comet tonight. It's a special night. Nothing to worry about.
the night of the soaking moon in the red tier,
The moon will
and
be soaking with
the
red tears.
gypsies are observing
With
the rare
tears.
celebration by having the feast of Saint Felnake. It looks like they're preparing roast mutton, dried chestnuts in a congealed pork dripping sauce, raspberry currants. They do have some livestock with them, like sheeps and lambs. Um,
I'm gonna go up to whoever's cooking at the fire and start introducing our companions as strange heroes from another land, and that we're on a quest to deal with the beast of the Averon, and that we require some mutton to embolden our strength to continue on this quest, and that my companions brought silver if it's necessary.
oh yeah, they're happy to see you. You're warmly welcomed. They don't need any money for food because they're brimming with produce and food. They get paid in goods a lot of the times. The silver they encourage you to save for gaming later in the evening if you care to try your luck.
definitely.
Um, and you're in for a special treat because they're the caretakers of an elderly Druin priest known as the Oracle of Sadokwa, and she will be presiding over the ceremony this evening. So you're in for a rare treat. They were working in a small village. You can see that there's another trail heading east. This is an intersection of some sorts. And they moved on from the hamlet of Petit Champ, They worked the rich fields all summer, but they headed out early because the abbot of Paragon is arriving tomorrow. He takes a dim view of people's foreign beliefs and practices. They feared scapegoating and mob attacks as the sermon stirs up the local burgomeisters and cottagers, so they moved on before he arrived.
So he passed already, or is he coming tomorrow
He's coming tomorrow.
to here?
No, to the village of Petit Champ, which is 8 miles on the trail heading east.
Ah,
You're at an intersection, north and east. You go north, you go to Frenaie, which is a substantial town, and then Petit Champ you've never even heard of because it's just a rural hamlet, 8 miles to the east. Maybe
so
one of you guys, what you may not have heard it, but you know what to expect.
so they were trying to get not bump into this guy.
Yeah, because the official religion of the land looks down on pagan worshippers, and there's a lot of animist and shamanistic and I'll say like folklorish witchy beliefs of the commoners in the forest of Averoigne, and it's looked on dimly. You need to have adoration for the one true God, of course.
Okay.
So this tour that the abbot's taking of the poor, the poor train of easing the suffering, it's more like ferreting out and making sure everyone knows that.
So the Paragon is coming to the village, not to the town of Frenaie.
He's not going to the town of Frenaie. No, you were heading to Frenaie to see if you could pick up his trail. It looks like you just picked up his trail now.
Right.
I'm going to ask around the camp to see if I can get any rumors about recent mysterious beast attacks and see if any of the leaders have any knowledge.
Yep, they've heard the rumors. In Petit Champ, they didn't notice any trouble. They've been there since early spring or late spring, working the fields, the rich fields outside the hamlet. And though every once in a while you could hear in the tavern, the inn in town, in the hamlet, rumors of the beast and its terrible ways, where that people were dying mysteriously. Otherwise, they haven't. They think it's superstition and rumor, but you never can tell in the Averoigne forest. They even suspect that the abbot and the archbishop may have even created the story for an excuse to go and spy on the people and their current religious beliefs, but who can
But
tell?
have Le Batard and I actually witnessed any beast attacks or seen
You
any
have seen bodies.
like
You've been to the village and people have shown you the marrow sucked from bones and the vivisected bodies and
okay.
so
Did it
yes,
look
you are
like
aware it's a real thing.
beast attacks, or what's our analysis of what we have seen? The bodies.
A lot of people say it's got to be like the biggest wolf ever, but you don't know. I mean, wolves don't normally just suck the marrow from bones, and the wounds are incredibly savage and clean slices.
Haven't we or they heard the rumor that after or at the time the Paragon was on a town or a village, there were the attacks happened? If I'm recalling correctly.
Yeah, you guys have put together that the attacks have come. Jacques and the scout have been able to, on their trail, to put together that the attacks have happened in villages before or after the abbot has passed through, or while he was there, which is an interesting coincidence.
So
Oh, I didn't
I'm
read the
saying,
introduction. I have an introduction. now, because I know Hobbes does one. In an age before the swollen sun swallowed the trackless empire, nothing but dust filled the sea. Rogues, bandits, sorcerers, and druids walked the jeweled paths of dying earth in search of lost treasures and glittering wealth, lying buried under countless millennia. Here is one such tale. Here's your introduction.
Oh, context.
Context, yeah, but we're not in Rom'Myr right now, so there you go. How's that for context?
Never heard of it.
The Oracle of Sataqua is a wrinkled old woman. And she presides over the feast. You only know her. They only know her as the Oracle of Sataqua. And there's solemn ceremony, and then feasting. The Oracle, the Drune, is interested in hearing your story.
Dear friends from another place, we're in a prime opportunity for you to discuss some lore or get some maybe psychic readings from the locals here. We're having a festival that the Drune, right?
Yep. That's what I'm calling
having
gypsies here.
a once in a year festival. So we happen to come along at the right time, and there's mutton.
Yep.
Should we
Yep.
stay for the festival, or should we go ahead towards the village and prepare to ambush the abbot? Because excuse me, yeah, ambush. That's the right word.
So,
I mean
hold,
capture. I mean
hold your horses.
kidnap.
Let's enjoy.
Sorry, what is
enjoy
the
the
word I'm trying to
company.
say here? Murder his bodyguards and hold him hostage. I don't know. Sorry. Would you like to stay for the festival?
Yep. Festival time.
It's 8 miles to Petit Champ, and yeah, the sun's coming down. The red comet is starting to appear. The stars are coming out. The fires are lit. The Oracle for lore, she recognizes your bitchin' helmet, and she's like, "Ooh, the helmet Delphin. It was worn by kings and queens that warred against the Crawl, a race of subterranean giants which plagued mankind when the world was young."
Oh, cool. We were robbing tombs and I found it.
Yes, and I can see you found the Jifrith, the Hammer of Ruin, as well.
Yeah, we were robbing tombs and I found this too, and I gave it to somebody, but he died, and I ran away scared.
And you got it back.
Yeah.
He.
How do I look?
It's he, no we.
Oh.
He was running too.
I seem to remember everybody tripping over each other trying to get away from skeletons.
We're gonna enjoy the company of these people and listen to their stories about what's what's happening tonight.
Yeah,
And we'll
this.
gladly tell them about our lands.
Yeah, she
So we don't
picks
know.
up that you've traveled very far. She is interested in having a private audience with Rourke, your druid, after dinner.
Okay.
And then Rourke says, "Well, we're all friends. We're all a tight band here." And then she's like, "Well, can some of my companions sit in?" And then she allows one, and so it's Varnell. So Varnell and Rourke go into her gypsy wagon for further shamanistic talk. That's what I'm just thinking of doing because they're not here.
That's fine.
Right, you got to do something. So you have a choice. I mean, it's a very social occasion. And so you are not going to be able to be wallflowers and sit on the side. You can either dance, you can either sing, you can either play musical instrument, you can either you can gamble, Um, the game is called Dragon Master. It's a card game.
I'm fleet of foot. I am definitely going to dance. I know the local dances.
Yep, you are. So you get involved in dancing.
I'm gonna do some gambling then.
Okay, you're going to do some gambling. Anders, what would you like to do?
I'm just checking my character sheet here if I have some. I do think that I want to be social with someone because I'm kind of political, so I'm doing some
Oh,
try to
yeah.
spread some revolutionary messages here.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, they're all about free expression of religion and living free. And, there's they're open sexually. It's a really hippy dippy type of place. So your radical views are well received.
Nice. So I'm among friends here, and
Yep,
I
yep.
do want to try that mutton.
Oh, the mutton is very good. Is very good. Um, Kevin, what's your paladin deciding to do?
Well, that's kind of the question, isn't it? Where does a black armored paladin fit into this sort of tomfoolery and revelry?
Well,
Um,
it's
have
up
a
to you.
beautiful
First,
voice.
you're probably going to have to take off your armor to sit at the dinner table. That's probably proper.
Fair enough.
And you have a choice of dancing, singing, playing instrument, um, or gambling in the card game Dragon Master.
They're supposed to do it a slow waltz, are they? 'Cause we'll go with dancing.
Okay. Okay. So everyone that went dancing gets 100 experience points. And Kree is going to get into some gambling.
Mm-hmm.
And the gambling game will be conducted between the PCs and the Dungeon Master. You're playing a game of Dragon Master. There's 4 suits: leaves, dragons, warriors, and glass. Okay. Um, the ante is 10 gold pieces, and once players are determined that are sitting in, so you put down your 10. Um, you have to roll. You can choose either. What do you got to do? Oh, you got to roll versus save versus poison to get a playable hand.
Okay. Let's see. That's 11. Okay.
And roll until you pass. That's how many antes you burn before you get a playable hand.
Okay. You don't have much treasure.
Well, you got a lot of buddies. You can hit them up. Hey, come on! I got a good hand. I got a good hand. I feel good about this one. Can you spot me? Can you stake me?
Oh, 15.
Okay, so you got a playable hand. You got what's going to be your wager? Now, this is how it's going to go. You can it's going to be a contested attribute roll against the DM. You can either choose your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. And it's the typical attribute roll. You roll a d20 and you have to get under that attribute. If you go over it, you fold and you lose your wager. And we'll compare the highest. So it's like in basic role playing. If you have a 16 intelligence and say you roll a 16, and the DM and my guys, you're playing against people with an intelligence of 12, and they roll a 12, both of you pass, but your number is higher, so you win the hand.
Okay.
So I've already established their skill at the game. What would you like to wager? This also is going to translate into experience points if you win.
I don't know. Like 5 gold.
5 gold, you are quickly bet out as the wagers get up to 50 to 100 gold pieces. So if you want to hang with these guys, you got to put down 50 or 100. And I guess the max it goes up to is 500. And there's gold watches, there's gems, there's rabbit
Oh.
figurines made out of ivory. I mean, it's everything of value is being thrown in here. Someone throws a baby.
We
What? Their value. In a few years it'll carry water for you.
we have an amulet. I don't know how much is.
I think that amulet was valued at 2,500 gold pieces.
Oh, and we have a crown. So I can take some like a gem from the crown with dagger.
Oh yeah. Yep. This is true gambling out in the countryside. So what is the value that you want to put on the table here?
Yeah, like 100.
Okay. Roll your d20.
Okay. I'm rolling against charisma. That's my highest.
He got the dungeon master here. I got a 1. So there's a winning hand, but it's the lowest one on the table.
Okay. 2.
Hey, a couple of pairs. You got a higher pair. So would you like to go again? You just won 100. Oh, plus the ante. Let's say there's 4 antes, so you get your ante back. So you get another 40 gold and 100 on the bet that you wagered, that you put at risk.
Okay.
So that's 140. You just won 140 gold and 140 XP. Would you like to go again?
Yeah, let's keep going until I lose.
Okay, now this is the save versus poison to get a playable hand.
Okay.
And you got to put another 10 GP up as ante.
Oh, no, I rolled a 2.
Okay, so you're down 10. Would you want to try another hand? Put another 10 up? Every hand that you don't get to play, you lose 10 because there's an ante.
Yeah, let's go another round. I want to monopolize the time, so we're going to go another round.
Oh no, I'm eating mutton and I'm leaning over watching the card game.
Yeah, dripping on the hardwood table.
I'm sweating because from all the dancing.
Yeah. Yeah. And the festivities are going. These are happy people.
Okay, let's roll it a save. Yeah, go, Anders.
I would say after a few glasses of wine, I will probably start singing in a terrible, terrible voice.
You get 200 experience points. So dancing 100, singing 200. You have now 300 bonus experience points for.
Okay, let's go for another hand.
Yep.
Roll a 6.
Okay, so you got a playable hand. What's your wager?
No, I have to roll over. I don't have a playable hand. I have my.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yep. Keep on docking 10 until you get a playable hand or stop.
Okay, I'm gonna keep on that. 19.
Okay. Roll against your charisma. See if. Oh, you got to tell me your wager.
I throw another gem. Let's say 100.
Another 100. Okay. I got 11. Their skill is a 12 at the game.
Okay.
So you got a.
Oh. They caught me lying.
So you lose that 100, but you don't lose any of the experience points that you've earned. It doesn't go back and forth, but it's just that. Okay. And Anders, you notice your singing voice is much better than you expected.
Of course.
Jacques, the mutton that you're chewing on starts to talk to you. You've probably been tripping hard for a couple of hours now, but you guys have been such a good time, you haven't noticed it. Cree, you're sure of it when you're looking at your hand and you're looking at your opponent and his head explodes into a flock of black birds.
Have a strong wine, people.
Yep. So you guys are tripping pretty hard. And let's see, Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
you're in a pale hall. In either direction, it is dark except a pool of warm red light stretching as far as you can be seen in the blackness, and you hear children laughing. You can't really pinpoint the source.
That's not disturbing at all. Have I got my armor back on?
You don't remember putting it on, but yes, you seem to be wearing your armor. You had just finished a period of retching. You were really nauseous, and now you're just now that you've puked. It's just the powerful hallucinations. So you've gotten over the sickness part. Now it's just clean tripping. There's pentagrams embossed on the floor. There's a green mist on the ceiling. And you're floating. You're floating down the hall. And you float into a torch-lit chamber when you see the rest of your party members. It seems that you're all having the same trip because you're all in it together.
What about the people
You don't see any people right
around
now.
us?
You don't
So
see any
they're
people.
gone.
Mm-hmm.
Am I floating
Mhm.
too?
Everyone's not floating anymore. Now you just
Oh.
all appeared. You're standing on the ground.
And we hear babies?
That was Kevin heard that in the hallway, the endless hallway with pentagrams on the floor.
And where are we now in this experience?
Now you're in a grassy field, and it's summer. It's daytime, and the clouds are going overhead really fast. And the Drune priestess is in the field with you, and her hands are extended. And she says, "One of you have the means of returning you to your home in your possession." Is one thing she says, amongst a lot of other things. And you all must choose a card from the deck of fate.
That's not a different name for something else at the beginning of the deck, is it?
I don't like the deck of many things. I never have.
No, maybe it's two of us.
I thought it. I mean, the concept is great, but I always thought it was uninspired. Like, they have some great concepts, and then in the Dungeon Master's Guide, and then when they come to the details, they just mail it in. They went for the simple stuff. So I find the deck of many things dated, I guess is what I'm saying. But every one of you guys, you probably have a deck of cards in your house, right? Go grab a deck of cards and pull one for me and tell me what you get.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's happened a couple of times now. The days that Rourke and Druid can't make it are days where you guys are hanging around some shamanistic priestess type druid person. So we get some long conversations with them, but we never have a conversation. He's missing out on some great opportunities. Cree, if you probably have a deck of cards in your house.
Probably.
You need
I
to
got
pull. You need to
Queen of
pull
Clubs.
Queen of Clubs. That is the Queen of Leaves.
Ah,
I'm gonna use, because I don't know where it is. I'm gonna use. There's
Yep, you can use it online. If you have cards, I prefer you pull them because it's just cooler.
Yeah.
5 of
Okay,
diamonds.
your prophecy, your fortune, is for the future be clouded. Trust that blood will flow.
This is me.
Yep,
Trust that blood will flow.
yep.
Cool.
The future is clouded. Um,
I got the King of Spades.
that's the King of Dragons.
Ah.
So Jacques, you are she believes that you will be in a confrontation with the beast, and your life will hang in the balance. The king,
Okay, I got this one.
8 of
Okay.
glass. Okay, I'm going to do the scout first. Ooh, it is an age of new gods. Faith in the old gods is misplaced. Watch out for those who ruthlessly stamp out heresy.
What?
That's your fortune.
Nice. I got 5 of diamonds.
Okay. Cree, your fortune is search deep beyond the means of oaths, even if it means torn hearts pulsating in your blood-stained hands.
Okay.
Okay, and Kevin, you had a 5, did you say?
I did, yes. 5. Is it glass diamonds?
Yep.
Yep.
5 of glass. Unify, even with your enemy, or all is lost.
All right.
Okay. The tripping is over. You guys come to. You come to not really near each other, but not far from the intersection. Like you come to in the woods or the field, away from the party scene, and you end up back together. The Drune camp is not there. They're picked up and left. There's signs of their passing. Actually, the only person present is some traveler at the intersection, looking at us, examining a standing stone on the east path, up the east path a little ways, and notices you guys all congregating at the intersection. Morning to you, morning, morning. Just found this old standing stone at the intersection. Quite interesting, quite interesting. And it's a woman. She's a young woman.
Uh,
Are we
did
just
we
like
notice?
waking up from our camping and we're all haggard and
Yeah,
hungover?
yeah, you're coming to, and you're back in the campground, and your stuff is there. So you're picking up your goods. You have to go through the woods a little bit around the camp to get everything. It seems like you may have thrown off some of your clothes at one point. Um, there's there's a lot of memories, a lot of fleeting glimpses. Okay, the scout, your trip has given you holy visions.
Okay.
You have the astrological skill of star paths. On clear nights with visible stars, you gain perfect directional sense. You cannot get lost on a starry night.
Cool. So that's a new ability then.
Yep, yep, yep. So your trip included something to do with astrology and the stars. Jacques,
So
go
sorry.
ahead.
So
No,
I can't get lost on a starlit night.
that is correct.
Yes. Thank
It's
you.
very limited. So yeah, but there it is. Jacques, you're cured of your troubling insanity and nightmares that you were inflicted with at the tomb during your tomb raiding, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So that it let I think it was the nightmares that led me to be quite honest with a lot of things. Is that true?
could be,
Or
yeah.
okay.
I don't remember. What do you think you were honest about?
Oh, no, I've been speaking literally like I can't keep my mouth shut this whole time. I think it was a curse or something.
Okay, well, you're freed of that.
Oh,
Though you were bringing down the whole trip because you never shut up. Someone was like, "Will you just shut up? Shut up! Shut up!" Cree,
Yeah.
you come to with receiving the animus power of lesser cloaking. Duration is 1 minute a level. Allows the caster to blend into surrounding terrain and become undiscoverable by animals of low intelligence. That is a skill you have.
Lesser cloaking. You said 1 round a level?
Yep, 1 minute a level.
1 minute.
Yep. And you have to, in the surrounding terrain, makes you undiscoverable by animals of low intelligence. Toth Mar Helm, Paladin of Drakenitham, Lord of Quietude and Protector of the Dead.
Yes.
You got your 250 XP. And you have visions that the Beast of Averoigne can only be slain by magical means.
Okay.
Oh, also, Kevin, roll a 1d6.
That would be a 6.
Okay, that's charisma. Roll a d4.
And that's a 4.
Remove 4 points of charisma,
Nice.
and
really.
now roll a d6 again.
3.
Strength, intelligence, wisdom. Add those 4 points to your wisdom.
To wisdom. Okay.
You've come out of your trip with a new perspective on life.
I'm grumpier, is that what you're saying?
I guess so. You lost some charisma and gained some wisdom.
that was some life-changing mutton.
All right. The standing stone. The young woman goes, here's an inscription. Find the heir whose heart is pure, the chosen one for Aiden's cure. Wield dragon bane and mountain's fire, and claim the staff that you desire. This must be ancient Ferrugian.
What's a Ferrugian?
Oh, they were natives to this region hundreds of years ago. Probably would have fallen under the dominion of a pagan king that once ruled hundreds of years ago. And this must be something that was left over. And the standing stone is actually it's a circle of buried skulls. You can just see the top of them.
Human?
Yes, yes. Yep. These pagans practice human sacrifice in their animist rituals. We don't do those practices anymore. We're not barbarians. Thank the gods that the Archbishop of Vionez has stamped out all these conflicting gods and made Averoigne a peaceful province.
So do you know the Archbishop?
Not personally. Nope. Though I am from Vionez. My name is Boudica. I'm an attorney, an antiquarian.
And what might you be doing out here?
Well, one, I'm looking for relics of these pagan people. This obviously I can't bring back to Viones, but I can take and then yeah, and so she's hoping to in a Petit Champ. There's she'll be able to find direction to maybe some old settlements that she can dig around and poke in around into for antiques.
Is my hammer a relic of a pagan king?
Yes, yes, yes.
Listen, I am the brave Ranger Jake, and I have wrested this hammer by slaying mighty skeletons, and I believe it to be of a pagan king. And I raise the hammer.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's incredibly valuable.
And powerful. It allowed me to destroy 10 skeletons.
That truly is. And that helmet as well. That was worn by Garatrek hundreds of years ago. Garatrek was the pagan king Wolfhund's trusted captain.
Yeah, this was an ancestral heirloom. I believe I have the blood of kings in me.
Mm.
Is it bad?
Sure.
All I've got right now in my head is an image of Elmer Fudd doing the spear and magic helmet.
Yeah, no, there's always a little spirit and magic helmet. I love that one. I love that one. Then the Barber of Seville. That was a good one too. So she wants to know when you'll be in Viones next. Because if you could possibly bring those, she has other scholars they would love to examine this piece. They'd pay you handsomely for an opportunity to study these legendary artifacts.
Is that on the way to where the abbot is?
No, it's the opposite direction. Look on if you have the map. There's Viones is to the south, Frenaie is to the north, and Petit Champ is to the east.
She's going to Petit Champ, isn't she? Though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's where the abbot is.
Yep.
Um,
Oh, don't show these things to the abbot. They'll probably be confiscated.
I do not plan to go. I look at my companions. We have a quest, so probably not going to go to Viones for a while.
Oh, no problem. She gives the her place of study. It's the Oxram Academy, and that's in Viones. Oxram Academy.
So if you're going to Petit Champ and you don't want to risk those things taken away from you, probably we can disguise them in some way.
Well, just she says, one, don't start waving it around. She recommends that you take off that helmet when you're in the village because who knows who recognizes it. I mean, probably not, but
Probably we can get like a sack and make a couple of holes and put it over and wrap some kind of pieces of rope and like twigs and
This is the sack helmet.
the sack helmet. The
My companions have some interesting ideas.
The old Druid
And the sack hammer.
shaman gave you the details of what the helmet and the hammer are capable of. The hammer Jifrith can either be a +3 to hit, +3 to damage weapon, or during that combat round, you can declare that it's going to suck up the first 5 points of damage that you receive that round, if you receive any. If you don't declare it as a hit point sponge, it automatically is a +3/+3 hammer.
So +3 or 5 HP.
Yep, you declare I'm using it. I guess you're using it defensively. You still get your regular attacks and all that, but if the first 5 points of damage that you receive in that combat round, you get to ignore.
Do we know what the helmet does?
Yes. The helmet gives you +5 on your charisma leading troops in subterranean conditions.
Ah, that would explain why we had such good results in those tombs.
But yes, the benefit of that helmet, besides, I may give you some protection to your head if something happens. But yeah, you have +5 on your charisma roll to fortify the morale of troops that you are leading in subterranean conditions.
Okay. Well, this is some good information. Thank you for giving us warning about these pagan haters in the town south of here. Maybe we should go there, and I will do my best, I tell my companions, to keep it on the down low.
So, Cree, you didn't win any money. You just won some experience in that poker game. You actually lost money because you ate
Yeah,
some annies. That's about it.
he bet like 100 and won 140, and then he bet another 100 and lost, and were 4 rounds. So he came out even, I guess.
Yep. Okay, we'll just leave it at even. Yeah, the standing stone is a circle of skulls in a ring. Dew clings to the skulls. It has the smell of elderberries.
Please tell me his father wasn't a hamster. Sorry.
Okay. You arrive at Petit Champ at about around 2 o'clock.
And is this a big village, small village?
No, it's a hamlet. It's small, but it does have an inn. And you see, what do you see? You see farmhouses in the fields. You see a cluster of buildings that make up a Petit Champ itself, where you would see you'd have the Wainwright, the smithy, and the tavern. You also see there's a mill. There's another house just north across the a stream that looks like the richest person in town because it's the nicest looking house. And the abbot Theophile is expected to arrive sometime today. And so you see there's some villagers in the town square gathering and getting their place in the town square in anticipation. There's also the beginnings of a church under construction. It looks like it's been under construction for a few years, so it hasn't gotten very far. There's just like the foundation of a church being built up near the rich house across the stream.
I'm feeling pretty hungover. Is there any chance that there's like food vendors selling food outside where the people are gathering, or maybe I can get something at the inn quickly?
Yeah, but stay away from the mutton.
Yeah.
The Welcome Wench is the only place you could scare up some food right now in town. If you make friends with some of the farmers, you may be invited to their table at some point, but no one knows you. You are strangers in town.
Okay.
So they head you to the inn of the Welcome Wench.
Okay, I'm gonna take my helmet off and hide my hammer under my cloak. And did y'all want to gather with the villagers until when the abbot gets here, or what do y'all want to do next?
Food.
Let's let's hang in the inn.
Okay.
Kevin, do you want to go to the inn?
I'm just umming and ahhing about this. At the end of the day, we're trying to borrow the abbot and ask him some questions, aren't we? So there's an awful lot of people around at the minute. We've got to deal with his companions at some point before we can get hold of him. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering if we should maybe try and meet them outside of the village.
There was a time where I couldn't I couldn't conceal any sort of I couldn't lie, so it made it seem like, well, anyways, I'm just kind of rambling on. I think we're supposed to have an encounter with the abbot, was what I'm trying to say.
It's a sandbox. You guys can do anything you want. I have plenty of adventure in any direction, but you guys are making your destiny. But just
but
so you're aware.
maybe we should monitor the abbot's activities while he's in town. Does that sound a little bit less dangerous?
Yeah, I'm afraid that would be we have an entourage of like a lot of people and guards, so it would be going to be difficult to um, meet him on the road. Like
I'm thinking that we, in order to be able to monitor him and have the energy for all this, we need to go to the inn to have some food.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Just not mutton.
Just
I
not
need
mutton.
some smelly cheese. The specialty here is the smelly cheese, the sock cheese, and some wine.
Okay.
And then we can make very good plans.
Is there an inn here as well? I'm assuming there's.
Yeah, it's the Inn of the Welcome
Yeah.
Wench.
Right.
Let's go in.
Marinated red. What's for breakfast is marinated red cabbage and custard.
Nice.
Okay.
That's the breakfast menu. Well, I guess it's the lunch menu because it's after. That's right. It's 2 o'clock.
No cheese.
No cheese. No cheese.
What?
They're waiting on some cheese. The
We're
cheesemaker.
Averoignans. We must have cheese.
The cheesemaker hasn't arrived. He was due 3 days ago. Traveling cheesemaker.
Another victim of the beast.
This is
There's
disaster.
appears to be about 5 locals. There's 2 old women. They seem to be playing a game of 4 maids. There's another middle-aged woman. Her name is Meg. Loris.
22.
Loris is is known as the Bee Whisperer. He supplies the village's honey. He likes to wear a golden-colored hemp garment. There's a farmer. There's the local Wainwright. There's also there's a guy loudly complaining about the abbot. It looks like he's been drinking.
oh, maybe we can
What is
encourage
this?
him with more drink.
Okay. Any charisma modifiers?
I have a +1.
Okay. Roll
Anyone
for a reaction
better?
roll. I got to get out the reaction table.
So what's my target here? My charisma number, or you have a table?
Yeah, it's
So
a
D20.
reaction roll. Roll 2d6.
6.
And what are you asking him? You have a +1, and what are you asking him?
He's been bad mouthing the abbot or complaining about the abbot, so I'm asking him to elaborate a little. So I roll
Why are you one of their
plus
one of
1.
their spies?
9.
Plus 10. Okay, so you get a favorable reaction. His name is Jeru. What are you laughing at?
I know where we are. I know what they're using.
It's different.
I know. I will love it to take you.
Good.
I have
I'm,
no idea.
I'm glad I made it worth it to get up this morning. And
I put my hand on Kree's shoulder. And I was like, "You kind of phased out for a second there. Are you okay?"
yeah, Kree's saying he's been here before, even though he's not from Averoigne. It must be a leftover from the trip.
Yeah.
It's just like having this strange deja vu. It's like, man, I think I am still high.
Here, have some cabbage. It's a delicacy. It's food of
Fortunately, no
kings.
one's sprouted bunny ears or wearing a tuxedo.
And the custard is excellent.
Excellent custard. Yes. Yeah. Um. So
So Giroux is saying,
that 3 years ago, a retinue of priests from Vionas came and marked out the location for their new church. Now it's beginning to loom over the hamlet, still yet to be finished. And it's just a reminder to tell us who holds dominion over Averoigne. Our ways will not be expunged. We have been here for hundreds of years and will be here for hundreds more.
is this something that I recognize from other parts of the country? That the church is taking over, or
Yeah, Viones, the Archbishop of Viones has become more militant in stamping out um, pagan religions over the last 5 years.
yeah, and old traditions and everything like that. So maybe that is something that I have been working against as a revolutionary.
Yep.
I hear you. I hear you. Here, let
Undermining
me
the
buy you a glass of stale ale.
So the abbot that is arriving is Abbot Theophile, and the church it's the Church of Adoration for the One True God. That's the name of the religion. Church of Adoration for the One True God. Most people could just call it the Church of Adoration. And they're saying the only thing that the church adores is money. That's the standing joke.
I'm gonna ask him, has he heard anything about the Beast of Averoigne?
No, nope. We don't hear much out here in Petit Champ. We just only learned of the abbot's imminent arrival a week ago.
So when is he arriving?
It could be any time. He's due any time, as you
To
can see.
inspect the building of the new church, or
Yeah, there must be that. Give a blessing on it, and probably also to round up Tice to pay for the construction. They're probably going to squeeze some shekels out of the poor ignorant peasants. I told them to keep their wealth to themselves, that they will need it in the winter that is to come.
maybe I can interest you in this pamphlet, and I hand out one of my political tracts to him.
And he starts
So
pounding on the bar. He starts pounding on the bar. Yes, yes, yes. The people must organize. Organize, organize, organize.
Yes,
It's the only way.
definitely.
But they live in fear. They only want to hold on to what they have and afraid of losing it instead of having their freedom.
how does the other patrons on the inn react to the?
They're imploring Giraud to keep it down, keep it down. The abbot is actually coming, and he could be here any time. So keep this talk to yourselves. Perhaps you should perhaps you should return home until the abbot leaves. And the Giro, like, he grabs his gourd, he tops it off, and he goes, "To hell with y'all!" And he's getting ready to leave. And he heads out the door.
Well, I think we
Good
should
man.
what we should probably rest and just hang out until the abbot gets here. Just enjoy our time off our feet with some nice cabbage. Unless you guys want to wander around town and get into trouble.
So I would actually want to have a look at the site where they build the new church.
Okay.
And look for structural weaknesses.
Yes.
It's
No.
it's far from complete. All there is the beginnings of a stone foundation and some scaffolding. So they're in the process of mostly bringing rocks and finishing rocks for the stone they need to build it. No construction going on today. Today isn't a holiday in anticipation of the abbot. And the abbot's baggage train arrives with much fanfare.
Mhm.
There's 3 wagons. One's obviously the abbot's wagon. The other is probably carrying supplies. They have a troop of guards. There seems to be a bevy of priest attendants. And they pull into the town square. And the abbot greets the people and gives a benediction, an opening prayer, and hopes and expects all will attend the evening service in front of the church to give it its blessing. And the brewer is the richest guy in town. He's like the burgermeister of the town, and he escorts the abbot to his house. That's where he'll be staying. And then the villagers break up and return to their homes and shops.
But it was the whole village came out to receive him, or how popular was the reception of the.
Muted.
Mhm.
Yep. There were some enthusiastic people so happy that the abbot is here and the church is being built, and then there's other people that are quite quiet about the situation. Oh, by the way, Boudica, the young law student from Oxram Academy,
Mhm.
Hmm.
and as finding out that you guys spent the evening with the Drune and probably indulged in some substances, she warns you of narcosic centispore contamination.
What? Yeah,
Taken
no, it's no problem. I've had that before.
narcosic centispore contamination. You really only want to try things that are made by a legit alchemist or apothecary. These Druin, you don't know what they're using out in the woods. You should only go to reputable vendors of and peddlers in Vionez.
Mhm.
You'll definitely get narcosic centispore free substances.
Thank you.
So keep an eye on that. I'll keep an
Will
eye on
do.
you, see if you show any signs. I don't know how to
What,
cure
what,
it, but I can let you know if you have
I'm
it.
gonna.
what are
What
the
is she gonna
symptoms?
do while she's in town? I'm curious.
She's going to attend the ceremony this evening. She's going to take a room, um, and probably wait till the abbot leaves before she starts asking around and trying to find some old settlements or ruins to excavate
Oh,
or to mark out or map, for later investigation. she's hoping to get a grant to get an excavation team paid for back in Viones, but she's got to bring proof that she's got, something worth studying and digging up.
Oh, well, I think we're a 4-man excavation team.
There's also an astrologer from Viones. He's up in Petit Champ. He's studying the red comet in the sky at night. It only appears every 125 years, and it's visible for a week.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to him and see what he knows about the red comet, what signs it may bring.
Oh, no signs. That's just superstitious nonsense. This is a stellar event, rarely seen every 125 years. And I'm just here to study its majestical path on its celestial global movement. And it moves to the song of the gods. None of this superstitious crap.
Oh, okay.
And he
Well,
pulls out some measurements and tools. See this? This is science. None of that mummery that these pagan
Oh.
druids are all about.
And then what will you do once it's gone?
Return to Viones, write my paper, and publish it. Of course.
Oh, I'm sure it'll make for great reading.
A couple of
Something with
gentlemen, rough-looking. I don't know, rough-looking. They look like they've been traveling. They were sitting by the fireplace. They get up and leave. What are they noticeable for? They weak-chinned. 2 weak-chinned gentlemen leave while some other people come in after the square is clearing out of everybody.
These are people that came in with the abbot?
You don't know. You'd have to ask.
Oh.
I mean, there's no you don't know. There's people coming in from the square now, but those 2 gentlemen left.
Well, Le Batard, do you think we should go to this ritual tonight or ceremony?
Definitely.
And some of them are talking. Boy, I hope Jaru doesn't think he plan on showing up. And someone's like, well, he's been drinking pretty heavy since this morning. Yeah, but he may show up. Someone should go make sure that he stays out of town this evening.
Where is Giroux?
He's out on the where do you go? You go further east on the path that goes pretty much nowhere and peters out, but his grove is in that direction. He just lives about a mile out of town.
So, was it those 2 guys that left that were talking about him, or someone else?
Oh, these guys weren't talking about anybody. They were just sitting at a table near the fireplace, quietly drinking.
Looking suspicious.
And yeah. As the scout and ranger, they're not conversing or anything. They're just kind of looking around and paying attention. You know that.
So they look professional.
And they obviously heard Giroux doing his diatribe against the abbot.
Okay,
And the locals say they don't know, those guys were just travelers. They're not from around here.
So when they leave, where do they go? They go outside the inn, or they go to?
They go to the brewer's house where the abbot's train goes.
Aha. Okay.
Rooms. Would you guys like a room? The Ostler Guscard wants to know if you are looking to get a room. Will you be staying in our fine town to receive, since the abbot is here? What a wonderful time.
Naturellement. Yes, please.
I have some private rooms. But if you're cheap, I have dormitory sleeping room as well.
Oh, we're cheaps.
Oh, you'll get the last spaces because there's some people from the outlying farms that far away have come to greet the abbot. So you're lucky. You get some room in the dormitory. That's 1 silver piece a night. Pretty cheap.
much.
How are you guys dressed? The only person with armor, I think, is Kevin's paladin.
Yeah, I
a
have leather
leather.
armor, so
Leather armor is discreet. Plate mail isn't.
I
Yeah.
have my cloak over myself. I just look like I have a traveling cloak on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I've got that over the top of the armor, but I still obviously wearing armor because the big shoulder pads and everything, and the
Oh yeah.
shield,
Yep. A little
everything else
clanky.
it gives it away,
You're a little
and the
clanky,
clanking. Yeah,
but you're not taking it off.
no,
no.
Mm-hmm.
not by
So
choice anyway.
I only have my leather outfit, so it's kind of smelly, but it's kind of comfy,
Yep.
like a second skin.
Mm-hmm.
Got it to fit so it doesn't chafe.
Yeah. No chafing. The sheriff.
Exactly.
Their sheriff comes in to get a drink, and asked you, Kevin, if you're with the abbot's train. Are you one of the personal house guard?
I'm a wandering paladin, so no.
Okay. He says you may want to keep your um, when you're walking around the village. He would prefer that if you're not wearing your armor. It
I'm
puts
sure he
people
would.
on edge. It's like walking around town with a rifle over your shoulder. That's threatening. What fight are you looking to get into?
I'm a protector. I am not a fighter.
Hmm. Well, there's nothing to protect out here. It's pretty quiet here in Petit Champ, and we're in royal company, so
Ask him
to
if he's
know,
heard
Sheriff.
about the beast.
the beast, yeah, rumor and superstition. These peasants need to come around and get out of their antiquated ways, their anarchistic ways. It's the modern times. It's 1384, for Christ's sakes.
Are you glad that the abbot's visiting?
Yes, yes. It'll show that their order exists in Averoigne.
Are you going to go to the ceremony tonight?
Absolutely, wearing my finest.
What do you expect to happen at the ceremony?
I'm hoping that word will go back to Viones that Petit Champ is a worthy place to visit, because it has the only church of adoration within miles in eastern Averoigne.
So, I can't remember. What is the ceremony about?
Blessing the new church being built.
Hmm. Okay.
So why would the church? Why would the bishop build a church in a hamlet lost in the
He's
middle
only
of
the
nowhere?
abbot. He's the abbot. The archbishop lives in Viones and is not in the train. The abbot has been tasked with this. So why is the abbot going around? Good question. The abbot is supposedly going around to administer the poor and show that the Church of Adoration is a merciful church, and to put their faith, the commoners should put their faith in it. Most villagers, being skeptical, believe that they're just rooting out druids, shamans, and witches to marginalize or kill.
So have they been known to do that? Like persecute people of other faiths, or like the old faith, or
Yep.
something like that?
Those who have been vocal about their 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 shrines have been taken down. Those who persist have been arrested and taken back to Viones,
Never to be seen again.
never to be well, yeah, something like that.
Mm.
Do you think we might want to go and check up on the rather vocal gentleman from earlier then?
Yep.
They give you directions where to find him and tell him to stay home. And the barkeep hands you a growler of stout, heavy beer, and says, bring this with you. This may keep them busy for another few hours.
Yeah, let's go check on this guy.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, a mile out of town, you come to his grove. It's easy to find the path off the trail. It's well manicured, as Cree knows. Where is it? It's obviously a place of nature worship. The trees are neatly pruned and the grass is well tended. A carefully placed line of bluish stones sets off the path leading to the grove. There's a rock cairn where flowers, nuts, berries, and garlands are placed. And beyond that is a low-roofed wooden building that is nestled under the great boughs of large oak trees.
Can we see anyone or anything moving?
Giroux comes out of the wooden house and asks, "What do you want here? What are you
I
doing
wave
in
with
the
a
grove of the gnarly
picture.
wood?"
From the landlord.
Ah!
Some refreshments.
He grabs it, he sniffs it. They're not trying to make me go to sleep, are they? For like 3 days.
No.
He sniffs it, he goes, "It seems clean," and pulls it back and takes a hearty jug. "I thank you. The god of the gnarly wood thanks you for your kind and benevolent offering."
So does he invite us in?
Yeah, I mean, in is kind of in. I mean, you're in the grove and there's a house, but yeah, he invites you in.
And he already told us he thinks that the beast is superstition.
No, that's the astrologer from Viona's that's hanging out.
Okay.
No, the druid believes that he was of the opinion that the beast was superstitious folklore, but he received a message this morning and he's much concerned.
Oh, tell me more.
What message?
I received a message. I'm a druid, birds, crickets. I hear many things.
And what did the message say?
One, it said, "Where you folks travel, danger is not far behind."
And two?
um, Look to aid you,
Okay.
which I'm not too keen on.
So I have my suspicions about the abbot. My friend Le Batard here has, political conflicts with him, but I suspect something more nefarious. I've heard rumors about, if danger follows in our trail, weird happenings follows in the abbot's trail. So
Okay.
I'm wondering if you have any suggestions about how we might have an encounter with the abbot in an isolated location. You're familiar with the surroundings around here.
Uh-huh. Well, he expects there'll be the public ceremony, and then he'll probably retire to the brewmeister's house,
Got it. Okay,
and
gang.
then they most likely will camp for a few days, and his soldiers and priests will probably go visit the villagers at their farms, and they'll most likely be just counting and taking names. a watch list. Who can be trusted? Who's rebellious?
And how do you feel about the abbot? You were the one. He was the one cursing about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He spits on the floor.
So,
Materialistic, money grubbing power suckers,
so I'm gonna pull the
leeches.
Batard aside. So here's my idea. When they leave the brewmaster's house, why don't we go in the brewmaster's house and wait in his bedroom or something and hide out until he comes back, and then we can have a one-on-one conversation with him?
Exactly what I was thinking.
Okay.
What? Our, and then do you think our companions will agree to this?
Nope.
I'm just kind of curious as to
yeah.
which particular aspect of this plan you think the fully armored paladin's going to help you with, or going to be able to help you with.
I mean,
Basically, the fully armored part.
Right. Not the stealth bit beforehand where you're sneaking in.
No.
well, I
we have
expect no
Kevin?
one to get
plenty of
there.
time.
You had the prophecy unify even with your enemy or all is lost.
Yes. Do I
Um,
have one?
you feel that that prophecy came true when Labatard was able to get a positive reaction from Jaru.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
Uh, so what does that mean to you, Kevin?
Well, it sounds like initially Zaru was an enemy. Which is kind of weird.
Yeah, don't read too much into that because basically I'll tell you the breadth and length of this. The next encounter which requires a reaction roll, if the one who drew this card is present, then the reaction will be at least favorable. So you had no chance of not getting a favorable reaction from Juro,
Uh,
even though I
Fair
made
enough.
you roll. Which in the current circumstances, I mean, you may have not gotten that prophecy, but in the current circumstances, has worked out for you.
well, let's go scout out the brewmaster's house and from like a wooded area or something around the edge and see if there's what it looks like. Does that
Okay.
sound good?
Just have we got a druid in the group? I know that the player's not here, but have we got a druid in the group?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
Rourke.
our
Right. Because I was just having a sneaky thought of they're going to bless this church or foundations or whatever it is.
Hmm.
Well, what happens if we get there first?
It's in town.
Hmm.
I mean, it's up on a hill looking down on the brewers and the trader's house, and then there's a stream that goes through town, and then across the stream you walk down the road and you're in the village square where the inn of the Welcome Wench is.
Hmm. I basically mean I'm a paladin, not necessarily a priest, but we are still a paladin. We've got a druid. We've
Hmm.
also got another possible druid who we're talking to at the moment.
Hmm.
What happens if we go and bless the place first?
Uh, Jaru feels like he would taint himself.
Fair enough.
But
Bless the grounds around it, couldn't you? That's
or we could curse it.
yeah. There's that too.
We could curse it so that the building of it may never be finished. How about that?
Not quite sure where I stand on that side, but that's fine if that's what you want to try.
Okay. And he starts pulling off stuff off the shelves. he starts mixing something up. This'll do it. He's throwing in a little bat fang and dried peas and whatever, liquid mercury, and puts in some moss, stamps it all down. And then he shakes it up in his gourd, and he goes, "Yeah, if we go pour this in a circle around the church, and give the druid prayer of the grove of the gnarly wood. We should make this thing sit on shaky foundation for years to come." And so now it's let's see, you got into town at 2 o'clock. The abbot got into town about 2 hours after that, 4 o'clock. So now it's 5:30.
Lebetard, does this mesh with your anarchistic, your leanings if we go and curse this church?
Yep.
Damn Skippy.
Okay.
The evening ceremony is scheduled for 8 o'clock in the evening. At the church, in front of the church. They'll congregate in front of the church for the open air service.
So if you guys go and curse the church building site, and we can go and scout the brewmaster's place.
Okay.
And what does all this have to do with the Beast of Averoigne?
At this point, I think it's probably a fiction, just an acid trip I had at some point. It all seems to be rumor and speculation, and I just woke up one day and went on this quest.
It was the bodies that convinced you.
But were those bodies real or just an imagined, moss-fueled trip?
And do you really have a wearing magic helmet? Is this thing really magical?
Yeah. So are we okay with splitting up?
Yeah, I can handle that. I have no issues with split parties.
So I'll go with Le Batard, and we'll go to the mansion or the manor, and then you guys are gonna go and get your curse on.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. The people cursing the church. What are your best thieving skills? For hiding, shadowing, looking unobtrusive, not appearing that you're up to vandalism.
Mm,
And Kevin, where are you?
Well, I'm not attempting to go and do this particular aspect of it because, I'm big guy in black armor with a big black helmet and feather on it, so kind of stands out a little bit.
Yep. Where are you going to go? Are you going to stay at the Grove? Are you going to go into town? Walk with them into town?
I'll have a wander back into town and probably just go back to the pub.
Okay. It's getting.
Just going to keep an ear out for the chaos and shouts and alarm and stuff that's probably going to start when they get going.
Well, you're in the welcome wench for about 5 minutes when a fight breaks out between some local villager and a farmer from outside of town. And it seems to be about. It seems they got into a religious argument, a religious and political argument, and then they get into fisticuffs and they're both thrown outside and told go home and sober up. And the sheriff is there and he's like, maybe you could act as bouncer and keep the peace this evening. Keep these villagers from at their throats, at each other's throats.
I can certainly do that for you, Sheriff, if that's what you'd like. Although I think the easiest way of stopping any trouble today would be for the, well, Let's try and phrase this correctly without sounding like a complete ass. So I'm struggling already. No, I'm not going to say that because you actually agree with the guy being here, so that could be a bit problematic.
Yep. Hey, guys, look. I'll give you gold to provide some additional security at the service this evening.
Do you wish me to stand there and look menacing?
I just want you to, at the back of the crowd, if there's any booing or hissing or anything inappropriate in the abbot's presence, that give a stern look and silence such tomfoolery. We want to show respect to the abbot while he's here. I don't want any horse dung being thrown or anything like that.
Well, I wouldn't do that anyway. I'd use my mace.
No, stop them from throwing. Stop the villagers from throwing dung.
Oh, of course. Yes, fair enough. I can do that.
Okay. Jacques, Cree, and Labatard, what'd you come up with for high thieving skills?
So maybe that would be move silently or anything like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Climb walls.
That's not going to be helpful. Nope.
I have 30 move silently.
I have 25 move silently.
I got 49 move silently.
Okay, 49 is what we'll use.
And open locks.
Well, it's a foundation and open excavation and scaffolding, so there's not much like shadow or.
To the brewer's house. That's right.
Oh, my apologies. Someone's going to the brewer's house. That's Anders and Cree. And Jacques, you're by yourself going to the church grounds with Jaru?
I guess so. Somebody's got to do it.
Okay. Cree, roll your 49 or less.
Okay.
To get into the brewer's house unnoticed.
No.
Yeah, walking along the outside the brewer's house, looking for some access.
One thing. This lesser cloaking, when it says animals, it includes humans of low intelligence.
No. Strictly animal of low intelligence.
Have to try.
Yeah. So, yeah, dragons can see right through it because that's not a low intelligence.
There's a dragon in the brewmaster's house. Are you saying there's a dragon in the brewmaster's
Yes.
I don't think I've ever used a dragon in any of my games ever. Yeah, I don't think I have. That must be because my players never reach a high enough level. I don't know why.
What can that be?
Mm-hmm. So it's two guards, two house guards of the abbot ask you and Jacques, what are you doing? I mean, Batard, what are you doing?
Oh, hello. Good evening to you, sir. We are from the Soldiers Union, and we are here to inspect if your working conditions are proper.
Roll a reaction roll. Roll 2d6. You have a charisma of +1. So that'll eliminate their suspicion. So it's just a flat roll. What do you get?
7.
7. Yeah, there'll be none of that. Why don't you move along and head up to the church and watch the mass, the service that's going to begin. That's where you should be.
Yes, but so you're not interested in our Battle workers insurance package.
Roll again.
We're talking free cheese once a year. We're talking, yeah, I blather a lot of horse crap
It gets you another
about.
roll.
That's a 9.
The other guy goes, "Yeah, wait a minute. I need to hear. I got kids. You know, I got a wife and kids. That's my security is just a little shaky. I like to hear what more they have to say. Is this something being offered here, or are you? I didn't see you in our baggage train. Are you from Viones?
Yes, exactly. So we are doing a little tour of the country here to inform our no, potential members of the benefits of being in this association.
Okay. The other guard goes, "You can listen to this crap if you want," and he goes off. So Gunder stays and wants to hear more about this insurance and how he can get it.
So while we are talking, I'm trying to survey the area to see how many men are there. Are there any entrances or weak spots or stuff like that?
Let me find out.
I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. You're near the having this discussion near the kitchen door where people are going in and out. It's a two-story building. You would have no problem climbing the side of it if you wanted to get up to the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
So the other guard is like doing walking around the house.
Yeah, yep. He ran around to the front. He's gonna go watch the front door. He tells him to keep any riffraff out of the kitchen, um, and walks away. Yes.
Okay. So there are more people meeting around.
So how many people or guards or personnel do I see here? That will
Not
I?
many. They're in the kitchen, and this is the south part of the house, and it butts up against a little bit of forest and a hill, a sharp decline down to the brook.
Okay, so as I see it, it would be rather easy to sneak here in the dark and gain access to the second floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So after blabbering about some more perks of being a member of the Fighter Workers Union, I will take my farewell. And I don't know, I'm there with Jacques or Cree.
Cree.
Yeah.
Cree. So what you say, Cree? Should we do something now or come back later?
Hmm. We can. I don't know. We can wait in the nearby woods.
Could do that. Oh yes, and I'll also tell the guard, was it a Gunder?
Gunder. Yep.
Yes, that if he's interested, he can come down when it's free. Come down to the inn
Mm-hmm.
and discuss this further over a jug of stale beer.
Okay. He says, yeah, his shift ends after the service, so He could be down there about 10 o'clock.
Cool. So see you later.
Yep. He's all excited.
So the plan is to pump him for information.
Mhm. All right. Let's see what the druid and Jacques come up with. I just want to see if the druid has anything to.
Listen, Drew, we're gonna get in, we're gonna get out, we're gonna do the quick curse, and that's it. I'm not gonna linger about, okay?
Okay. Do you got a container? And he's got his gourd. He's holding up his gourd.
A container. What do I need? Like a water skin?
Yeah, something.
Okay, I pour my water skin out. Sure.
Okay, he gives you half of the concoction.
Oh, God, it stinks.
Yes, it does. And he's going to go around one way, and you're going to go around the other way.
Okay, what are we doing? Just drizzling on the ground?
Drizzling it on the ground. There should be enough to get you halfway around.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna uncork it, and I'm gonna go for it.
Okay, roll a d6.
2.
You catch the attention of a guard asking. He asks you, "What the hell are you doing?"
I'm fertilizing the plants. I'm the gardener.
Roll a reaction roll.
2d6.
Yep.
I got a 6.
That's relatively low. The gardener, he says, well, there doesn't need to be any gardening here. There's good stout labor and mason where you work. So you can either start moving some blocks or get the hell out of here.
Oh, okay. So I can be a mason now?
Well, they're gathering their tools and they're stopping for the evening.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I'm sorry. We must have got a miscommunication about the gardening. You're supposed to fertilize at least 10 years before the church is built.
Well, I
It's a
think you're a
4.
little late on that. Roll another reaction roll.
Oh. I got a 9.
And he
I'm looking
laughs.
over.
He laughs at that. Like everything,
Is Drew
they're
still
behind.
running his circle? I'm kind of glancing to see where Drew is at his path.
You can't see him because the foundation is high enough that he's crouched down somewhere.
Oh, okay.
So he's laughing
This
at
guy's
you.
laughing?
Yeah, he's laughing at you like, yeah, that's typical. So you're just 7 years behind schedule. Hope the church doesn't get 7 years behind behind schedule, or there's going to be a lot of peasants swinging from the trees.
Yeah, well, it's only going to take me about 10 more minutes and then I'll be out of your hair. Does that sound good?
Yeah, get out of here. Finish it up and go. The
Oh,
abbot
sure,
should
sure,
be
sure.
here any time, any minute
So
now.
I'm going to continue the circuit to meet Drew on the other side.
Okay. And he's really happy about the what you did, and he's like, okay, let's get out of here.
All right. So let's just Drew, do you want to head back to your house or are we going to go into town?
Roll a d12. I have no idea what he wants to do.
A D12. Oh my God.
No, 2d6. Sorry, when I want 2d6, I always say a d12. I'm stupid.
I got a 5.
No, doesn't want to have anything to do with it. He's heading home.
Okay.
His work
I'm going to
here
run
is
back
done.
into town to see if anybody's come back. So we had a rendezvous at the inn.
Okay. Yeah. You notice one of those weak chin guys following, heading out of town the same way Giroux went.
Oh. Hmm. Do I care about Giroux?
More than you care about yourself.
I'm gonna. So, we're not in an urban area, are we?
No, you are not. You are
I'm a
in the
ranger.
sticks.
I'm gonna track this guy and follow him, sneak, stealthily.
Okay. What do I need you to roll? I don't know what I need you to roll.
Tracking?
Do you have he doesn't do you have a tracking skill?
Yeah, 40.
Okay, roll it. Tell me what you get.
49. Oh,
Doesn't make any sense. You're following him, then he veers off the seldom trod path to Giroux' place and goes into the woods.
um,
And there in the woods you lose it. The only thing you see is tracks of um, wolves and bears.
okay. So he lost me and it didn't make sense. That what you're saying?
Yeah, he went off the path, and then his his tracks that you were following, which were easily, all of a sudden get lost in a game trail where all you see is wolf tracks and bear tracks.
Can I see Grove's house in the Grove?
You know it's about 300 yards further down, further east.
I'd like to get as close as I can. I'd like to get up to it so that I can see the house, and then I want to like lie in the grass and maybe throw leaves on myself and just kind of monitor the situation.
Roll a d6.
I got a 3.
You notice a rather large wolf pad closely to the grove transform into one of that weak-chinned man and start circling the grove
Uh-oh.
with an eye towards his Giroux low roofed wooden house.
Oh, jeez. Huh. And so this guy is one of two people we've seen that
Mm-hmm.
was together. They were
Mm-hmm.
okay, a pair.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
The some of the patrons say they had a look of Northlanders.
all right. What does this guy seem to be doing right now? Now that he's a person.
He's sneaking up to the house,
Mm-hmm.
and then he transforms into a wolf again,
Okay.
and he's going towards the front door.
Hmm.
Question. When he's human, is he naked or does he have gear?
That's an interesting question.
Let's see. I don't want to engage,
He's naked.
and I also don't want to draw attention to myself. Um, is it? I have a flint and steel and an oil flask. Could I light it and throw it and light up a certain area to create a distraction
Oh,
and a noise? Let's say,
Well, I
uh,
don't
s-
know. I don't know how you would create noise, but if you wanted to try to start a fire with oil, I think you can do that.
uh,
Bearing in mind you're next to a druid grove, and you're about to set part of his domain on fire.
yes.
uh, jeez. Okay, well, I think I'm just gonna sneak back to town because this is crazy.
Okay, you get back to town. You see the paladin in the welcome wench.
I'm gonna describe to him what I've seen. There's a man, and he turned into a wolf, and I believe he is going to confront our good friend Drew.
And then why are you here?
And then I guess
Uh,
Cree and Labatard come in, so the gang's all together again.
Well, I didn't want anyone to miss out on all the fun.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Okay. It's going to be a bit
So,
sneaking away because we're all going to be expected to go to the ceremony.
And the ceremony is beginning in the tavern's emptying out.
Which means my job's finished for the night. I can disappear from now.
Yeah, if you want. Are you gonna go upstairs, sleep, or what?
Well, no, I mean I can actually get away with leaving the tavern because
Yes,
of,
yep. And I mean, and it's 8 o'clock in the evening now. So, and it's fall, it's autumn, so it's dark. It gets dark pretty quick, and the stars are out.
So I tell them that we were able to curse the foundation, and then when we were coming back, we saw a couple of men, or one of two men from the tavern that we'd seen before had transformed into a wolf. What did you guys discover at the manor?
basically, not that much. It's probably quite easy to sneak into the house or climb to the second floor, the abbot's room. But this thing with the wolf man, maybe it's not the abbot who's the beast. Maybe
Well,
it's one of his retinue.
let's if y'all are ready, let's go back to Drew's house and hopefully he's okay. Does that sound good?
Oh, I see. My watch here says it's time for a nap. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's go. Let's go to.
heading
you
back to
go.
Giroux's Grove. Yes, go ahead. Anybody?
I was thinking, is it going to be regarded as suspicious if we don't attend the thing at the church building site?
Not really. I mean, people are free to go do it if they want. Those who aren't won't be noticed, and you guys are travelers, so who knows?
But maybe we should check out Jero's place then.
yeah, I think we should
Mhm.
definitely.
Jacques and Labatard, as you guys are going down the trail, you know you're being followed,
Keep your wits
Bye.
about you.
and you hear a wolf howling. You hear a wolf howl.
All right.
And then a couple of wolves appear on the path, growling at you.
A couple? Behind or in front of us?
Two in front, and now there's two in the back.
What?
And they're snarling.
I will draw my trusty bow.
Okay. Roll initiative.
I roll a 4.
Okay, we got a chat. I'm going into the chat.
Plus
Wolves.
1, so it's 5.
Yep.
It's 5. Yep.
Okay. Labatard, what do you do? The wolves are snarling, and one's coming right up to you guys, slavering fangs. I'm going to say Jacques is in the front, and it looks like it's getting ready to spring.
Just bear in mind that there's also a protection from evil 10-foot radius effect around me.
And that provides what?
We speak to you.
What does that provide, Kevin?
I'm trying to remember myself because that's technically the spell, isn't it?
It's, yeah.
It's probably it's a penalty to their attacks. I think it is.
Yeah, and I'm going to look at our. I'm going to actually pull up the PDF for the ranger class.
It's about shooting bows.
I mean, paladin. Well, the ranger and the paladin are together on the same. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I should go to files. Files. Scout. Equipment. Jester. Druid. Ranger and paladin.
So, protection from evil wards a creature from attacks by evil creatures, from mental control, and from summoned creatures. Creates a magical barrier around the subject at a distance of 1 foot. The barrier moves with the subject and has 3 major effects: +2 bonus to AC, +2 bonus to saves. It will block any attempt to possess the warded creature, and it will prevent bodily contact by summoned creatures. Or is it the 10? Yeah, and then there's the 10-inch radius variant as well. +2 AC, +2 save.
Got it. And now I finally got it up. Thanks for all that. Paladins emit an aura equivalent to the spell of protection from evil, or good, depending on the paladin's particular faith, in a 10-foot radius. The paladin can also detect evil at will. These are not evil possessed wolves. These seem to be. You do not detect evil from them.
Okay.
And so that means everyone's got a +2 to their armor class. Is that what that means?
Yeah, I think I'm assuming that means so long as they're within 10-foot radius of
Yeah.
Toth.
Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Back to Batard. What are you doing?
So are they attacking or no? I will attack. I shoot the closest one with an arrow. I think.
Roll to hit.
If they look like they are going to attack.
Yeah, one of them at least looks like it's getting ready to spring at Jacques.
So I let him have it. So I have +5 because it's close range, and I roll a 2, so 7.
Okay, your arrow misses. Jacques, Jacques, the wolves, and the paladin all may act.
And so I have the opportunity to use the hammer to block 5 damage.
Mhm.
Is that just given?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep. You just declare you're using its magical properties to protect from damage instead of increasing your chance to hit and damage.
yeah, I'm gonna raise the hammer with 2 hands in front of me and use it to defend myself.
Okay. You don't lose an attack or anything.
Okay, and then
You
I'm
can
gonna
still
smash
attack
the
with it.
nearest wolf when it jumps.
You just don't get the +3 to hit and damage from the. It's
Okay.
just a regular 1d8 two-handed mace
Cool. I'm gonna swing at a wolf.
or hammer. Okay, roll to hit.
Let's see. A 12.
Any bonuses? No.
That's it. That's with the bonus.
Okay, you miss.
Okay.
Paladin. What would the
Yep.
paladin like to do?
The paladin is going to step up with the mace to the nearest one and take a swing and see how badly his d20s are behaving today.
Okay.
15, so that is 18 in total.
Roll damage.
7.
Okay. Let's see which one you're hitting.
Oh, and I'm going to activate Smite next round because I forgot to do it this time.
Okay. You hear the sound of what are you hitting it with?
Just my mace.
Oh, okay, you got a mace. Yeah, you hear the
Yeah.
sound of bones crunching. And it gives a sharp yelp and cry and attacks you back
Mhm.
at a -2 and hits armor class 10.
Yeah. AC 18.
Okay. Jock, a 17, armor class 17. That hits you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm 13.
With the paladin protection.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Well,
His
the wolves
total is
aren't.
7. His total is 17, even with the -2.
In which case, mine's 20. I'll rephrase that for next time.
Wait, so the wolves are evil, or does
No,
that not matter?
that does not matter in this situation.
Okay.
That's the detect evil. They don't detect as evil. So I don't think the protection from evil is offering shit because they're not enchanted creatures.
All right, so the wolf attacked me. It hit me.
Yeah, for 6 points of damage.
All right, so 1 damage. Right?
Got it. Yep. Yep. Exactly. So you use it in like some kind of kung fu manner, spinning it. I don't know, whatever you do to.
Oh no, he
Go
bites
for
onto my
cover.
hand while I've got the
Okay.
shaft, and yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Lebatad
Yes.
rolls a 21. You take
Yeah,
6
that's
points.
a hit.
You take 6 points of damage.
Darn. Not good. So I'm down to 2 hit points here, gentlemen.
And Cree, you were missed, right? Someone missed. Someone got missed.
I lost one initiative.
It's your attack. You were missed. I just rolled a wolf attacking you.
Oh, okay. So,
You're at the bottom of the initiative.
yes, yes. So I'm melee with one of the wolves. Okay. He's gonna slash with his fancy dagger. Then. Okay. And that's a miss.
Okay, let's roll initiative again. The wolves get a 2. So far, it's the paladin up first. Paladin?
Yep. We're taking another swing.
That's the same one, obviously.
Yep. And
Okay.
that would be a nice grand total of 23.
Did you roll a natural 20 or is that
I-
just okay?
That's a natural 20 plus 3 for attack bonus.
Natural 20, you do max damage.
Okay, that would be 10 then.
Okay. You wounded and crunched bone on that wolf, and your follow-up is quite decisive. Quite the decisive follow-up. And you smash its skull, and it is dead.
Still
It
a
is
wolf?
no longer moving.
Is it
It
still a
has
wolf?
ceased to be.
Yep. Okay.
It has gone to meet its maker.
Scout, you are up.
No, it's just taking a nap.
Just laying down.
It's resting.
Mm-hmm.
So I will try to shoot. Yeah, the closest one.
Okay.
17 plus 5. That would be hit,
Okay, roll damage.
I think. Longbow D8. 2 damage.
Okay. Jacques,
How many wolves are left?
three.
Two?
Three.
3. I'm gonna rely on the defensive properties and just do a regular attack against one next to me.
Okay.
I got 10, so that doesn't hit.
Nope, it does not. Okay, the wolves are attacking. Kevin, you are not attacked. Jacques, a 9. Hit armor
I have
class 9.
13 armor class.
Okay. Anders,
I have 14.
you are hit.
Uh-oh.
No!
Oh,
Rolling for damage. 1! I rolled a 1.
So I have 1 hit point now.
Lucky bad. You can't see me, right?
play
Nope.
dead.
Yeah, because
No.
my camera is being used by the recorder. But I legitimately been rolling ones when most needed. Like Veridel, I don't know why he's alive.
Yes.
That got so lucky. And the ghoul, she was like, okay, I'm slashing him pretty good, but he's skirting around and getting away. So she was going to use her terror gaze just to make him helpless. So it'd be a coup de grace, but just initiative too late.
So is it kosher to like play dead?
You can try. Jacques, did I attack you yet?
Yeah.
Okay, and that missed. Anders is hit. Crete.
Yep.
I rolled a 1. So that means the animal fumbles.
It bites itself in the hind leg.
Let's see what happens. Yeah, it hits itself. It takes half damage, so you don't take any points of damage. It takes the point of damage. It manages to skewer itself on your arrow and your bow that you just released. And so now it's biting at it and pulling it out. Well, okay. Roll for initiative. Another
No,
round.
it's my attack. I'm lost.
Oh, you're
again.
last. Yeah, Cree.
I'm lost again. Okay. Oh, 16 plus 2, 18.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
4 with the fancy
Okay.
dagger.
Okay, now we're back to the top of initiative. The wolves get a 6. Motley.
So I will just keel over and try to look very dead and maybe
Okay.
fight defensively if I absolutely have to. But
Jacques, you're up first.
Okay, I'm gonna keep relying on the defensive properties and just attack. I crit 20.
Max damage.
The hammer is 1d8. You said.
Yep, and if you have any strength bonus, you can add it in. So you
I do not. So 8 damage.
Awesome. That is a decisive blow with the hammer. And that makes for what does that make for? I don't know, I can't find that. Ah, here it is. Bashing. You pulp its pancreas.
It won't need that anymore.
Okay, I gotta roll. Morale for these beasts.
Run, you stinking, filthy mutts.
And the other two do. You take down two, and the other two flee into the woods.
I raise the hammer and I shake the blood off. Run! All right. Whew. Well, so the wolves we just fought, they looked the same or different than the wolf I saw outside Jeru's house?
Different. It's not. They're not as large.
Mm.
Hmm. So I
They
think
they look like regular woodland wolves.
Wolves.
as a ranger, I probably know that this is not the kind of creature I saw. This is just mere coincidence that we bumped into wolves while what I saw was much different. You believe me?
These are not the wolves you're looking for.
Yes.
Can you take the pelts? Can you skin them?
We don't have time for this. We need to get over to Drew.
We do.
Plus, you want an intact pancreas when you skin wolves.
Yes. But that's too bad because I wanted to make a hat of one of them.
They'll still be here when we come back. Let's
A
go.
wolf hat.
Is the paladin able to heal at all?
I can do 2 hit points maximum for one person. That's it.
Poor Le Batard, he's barely standing.
Yep, fair enough. You are now, of
So I
course, beholden to the Lord of Quietude and Protector of the Dead. You understand that, don't you? You are now one of his loyal followers.
Of course, yes.
Hmm.
Excellent.
You can take the tails, cut the tails of the wolves.
So I
I'm
now
run-
have 3 hit points then.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Ready for another fight.
So heading to Jeru's place. You don't find him there. There's blood in his house, and it looks like a fight has played out.
Uh-oh.
Can I just ask one thing?
Yeah.
Is it possible to retrieve arrows after a fight like this in this game?
Yes.
So I will.
One. You
Okay.
got to lose one. The one that you missed with that went in the woods.
Yeah.
So you're down
Cool.
one arrow.
So let's survey the scene.
Looks like it was a hand-to-hand melee inside the house, which is just basically one room. The low-roofed home of the druid is just one, immaculately kept room with a hearth and table and chairs.
As a ranger, I'd like to, survey the area, look for tracks to see if went this if they went somewhere else.
Okay. Roll your
Yeah.
tracking ability.
40, so let's see what we got.
I can also track
25.
so I can help him out if necessary.
I rolled under it.
He's got a 25.
Awesome.
Yes. You can see where 2 wolves headed off, and there's a drag mark and blood trail.
I'm suggesting that we could follow this trail. It seems to be suspicious.
Yeah, it goes up back on the path and starts heading toward the village.
Don't.
Don't.
Did we not pass them? I guess we took a shortcut.
So
You did not
you
pass
said
them. You did not
it's
pass.
a starlit night, right?
Yes.
So I can't get lost.
You can't get lost.
But I don't know that yet.
No, I just you have that knowledge.
Yeah. Okay.
We get to so seldom game together that's just dragging things out longer than they need to be.
Well, we know that this violent conflict, it seems like they're dragging his body back to town. Should we go back to town and see if we can find any
Let's see
signs?
where the trail leads.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep following the trail. Unless y'all want to look in his house for stuff.
We do want to look in his house.
Yeah, someone wants to look in the druid's house for stuff. Are you going to look in the druid's house for stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Specifically, we are looking for stuff.
Well, you are. I know Jacques
Yes.
is following. What are the other two rogues doing?
Well, I'll wait for them. The sense of urgency, I don't know. It's hard to determine because
So
Yeah,
we do a quick search. Any clues? Any valuable stuff that we might help poor Juru preserve from the future if other thieves come here?
Yeah, he's got scrolls. He's got vials of liquids. Uh, that's what you see. And on his shelves, you don't see any like shiny things.
yeah, they're not there.
The potions or the things in the
Yeah, maybe
bottles
there's
and things.
something. Maybe there's something.
Do we know what it is? Does it say, or is it just bottles?
Yeah,
have no idea.
without having a druid available, you cannot identify him.
let's
Okay.
grab it all and go. Yeah, roll up those papers.
Let's grab the papers and the bottles and
Yeah, we put them in it. Put it in a sack, and
sack. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I have a large sack, so we can put it in there. And we're the good guys.
The before it gets to the village, the track split up. One goes into town, and then the one with the dragon body mark go and blood goes north off the trail before reaching the village.
Hmm. Let's go north. I suggest we go north and see if our friend might still be alive.
You come upon the druid strung up in a tree by his feet, arms dangling, and there's a naked guy walking around him, walking around and like looks like it's trying to resist um, um, drinking the druid's blood.
Is
So he's
Jeru still alive?
You
he's
can't
hanging
tell.
up.
Yep, it's hanging up from its feet in a tree, like it's been tied onto a tree limb, and he's hanging upside down with his arms dangling.
I'm going to load my crossbow, my heavy crossbow, and move. Try to move. Try to use this lesser cloaking and move silently around and get in a position to snipe at the
Okay.
naked guy.
What's your move silently? Which or whatever skill do you want to use to go unobserved? I'm gonna roll it for you.
Okay, I got 49. Move silently. I got 34 to hide.
Okay, roll 49. I'll let you roll it.
Okay.
Might as well.
Oh, 0. Let's see. What's the second? Oh, that's not a 0 again. 0, 2. Okay.
All right, so you get the position you want. I am going to take a quick break, a biological break, and I'll be right back. Kree has got his monster hunting position.
Okay. We're back to.
So everyone disappeared.
Yeah, yeah. Jay's taking a toilet break, and I think everybody
Yeah.
else is taking their chance as well.
Yeah.
What do you want? My dog is being very needy today.
Yeah, I have one of those too. But it's because you don't. You do something else.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is it?
Let me hear you. Let me hear
Cool.
She's part Pomeranian, part Terrier, so molds everywhere. How's the hunt for Nala Hotep going over in yours, Anders?
We haven't played for all summer. I think last session was in June somewhere,
All
and
right.
then everyone has been away and doing stuff, and so I'm trying to determine some dates for the autumn here, but we'll see. So far, one guy has responded to my emails. It's going slowly forwards.
What
Yes.
game?
Call of Cthulhu, Masks of Nyarlathotep. I have been GMing that for like 2 years now. We don't play that often, so it takes very long time. They're in Egypt and they are getting their asses kicked.
So Mark was putting up. You got the 7th edition along with a load of other bits and pieces yesterday. I think he picked it up, or the day before. So he's seems rather happy about that. But whether or not he's got anyone to play with is an entirely different matter.
So Mark got 7th edition.
Yeah,
What?
I'm sure
Because
that's what
he's
he did.
been quite anti 7th edition.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
actually, it's quite all right. I think it's a bit different, but under the new surface layer, it's the same game basically. And if you want, you can play it the same way as you did before. So I think it's
Okay,
okay.
Kree's got position.
Oh,
What else? What else is going on?
My spidey senses kicked in this time round. You've got detect evil going on.
Yes, yes. Yes, this naked man with the weak chin that you saw in the bar earlier in the day with clothes on is radiating evil.
So we see our companion just disappear and run off.
Well, you know what he's doing. He's flanking. He didn't
Okay.
run off. He just did the low crouch and maneuver of stalking and hunting.
Well, I'm gonna
He
create
is
a
a monster hunter from Valaterra, you realize.
oh, well, I'm gonna create a distraction and just yell at this guy to draw him towards us instead of Kree's direction.
Okay, he looks sharply in your direction. He drops to all fours and transforms into a large, ungainly wolf
That's when
with
I
extended
should.
jaws and
And I'm sure
long
that looks cool, but I'm
claws.
gonna put my cool helmet on.
Right on. Okay, Kree, take your shot.
Okay. I'm assuming he's unaware of me.
That is correct.
Okay. Oh, 18 on the dice. So that's 20, 24. And that's 5 on the damage die. So if you count as a backstab for a thief level 4,
Mm-hmm.
it's times 2.
It's a killing shot, and the wolf does not even seem to notice it as it leaps at Batard. I mean, Jacques. You did a killing shot in its neck, and it didn't even slow down.
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
scream that it's gonna take magic to kill this thing.
So,
you
Jacques,
got the hammer.
you've got to Roll initiative.
Okay.
I guess we all have to roll initiative now.
Yeah.
The werewolf gets a 1.
So I will employ Plan B,
Okay.
or as it's called, Operation Save Ass. It is when you run like shit away from the situation.
Okay. The scout. Ka-ching! And you know which way you want to go. You won't get lost. So wherever you want to end up, you can end up. Because it's a
I,
starting night.
I can't afford another hit because then I will be stone dead.
And you just got to 2nd level, man.
That's not good. So maybe I can hide somewhere and snipe at him, but then I don't have any magical weapon or anything. So
Paladin, what are you going to do?
Activating smite and then stepping forward to have a crack at the little bugger.
What does smite do?
Hopefully it does what your hammer does.
And that is 17, 18, 19 total.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Armor class 15.
What does that do? Yeah. And 6 in total damage. Excuse me a second.
Okay.
Does he seem phased by this attack?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it mashes its jaw and face in a hideous manner. A normal creature would be like dead. It's enraged but hurt and bleeding.
I mean, he has a
And
crossbow
like he was
bolt.
leaping and coming and bounding, and he steps in and gives it a good whack and knocks it back, and now it's like the picture I used for the event. It's standing on its hind legs. Yeah! And everybody who can shoot can do something before, because he's at the end of the initiative. Who's left?
Kree's next.
Yeah, Kree. But I'm not recharging the heavy crossbow. I'm gonna run towards Jaru where he's hanging
Okay.
and try to put it down on the ground.
Okay. Jacques, your turn.
Is the wolf facing me or the paladin? Like, can I tell who's
The paladin stepped in the way, so you are behind the paladin, and so that's what happened. Yeah, because the paladin stepped up, so
Well,
he's
I'm
engaged.
emboldened by my ally's attack. I'm gonna swing my hammer with its full force of +3.
Roll the
You've
hit.
also got protection from evil spells, and it's in effect as well, the 10-foot radius one.
Yep.
So I'm at a +4. I got a 13.
You miss. You miss. You frickin' miss. Okay, I'm reading protection from evil right now because I try to pretend that I'm hearing other people when they're talking to me, and I'm trying to look up something in the book, and I'm not, and I'm not even able to pay attention to what I read in the book. First, the subject gains a +2 bonus to armor class and a +2 bonus on saves. Everyone has a +2 on armor class and a +2 on saves.
Got it.
Second, the barrier blocks any attempt to possess the warded creature. Very good. And I think enchanted, as long as you don't attack enchanted creatures. Yeah. So okay. I just need to be aware of that, and don't forget to argue for your +2 armor class or whatever if you think I forgot to add it in. So you missed, and it's going to attack the paladin.
But why? What's he ever done to you?
Just hit him in the face. So you have a +2 armor class.
It is AC 20.
What?
13 + 4 is a 17. Miss. Everyone roll initiative.
Okay. Did I manage to?
Yes, you are successful. You have a Jaru on the ground.
Okay.
And you are lucky the werewolf rolls a 1 again.
Oh. Le bâtard is now le couard.
He's wherever he wants to be right now within running distance.
Okay, I roll 6. I check him. Check Charu. Is he alive?
He's barely alive. He's hanging on death's door. It looks like he's been uh, cut and tortured a bit but not fully killed. It's like they were trying to prolong his agony.
Oh. I call the bâtard for
What do you
help.
call him? Do you call out or call him something?
The couard.
Le couard. Come back, you coward. Help me.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jacques, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna smash it with the full might of the hammer. +4. Oh, I got a 20 and then all my other stuff. Yeah.
You got a natural 20.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so that's max damage,
8 damage.
and that kills the werewolf. And I'll tell you how it happened. You pounded its jugular, so it got hit one side of the head by the paladin, and then you gave it another the other way and just pulped it. So double headshots take down the werewolf, and it turns into a naked man with an unrecognizable face.
And does the naked man appear to be dead?
Yes, very much so.
As this happens, Le Couard enters the glade. See? I did it again.
What do you do? What do you guys do?
Let's see if we can get Jeru awake.
He's unconscious.
We
Maybe
slap him.
maybe some of the stuff we took from his place can help him.
Are you going to try to take something from you took his place and help him, or is that just a thought?
No, it's I say to Le Bâtard, maybe something.
I rummage through the large sack and I come up with 2 bottles.
Mhm.
This one or this one?
The poison or the healing?
Yep. You got 2 bottles, and you don't know what any of them do.
Maybe
So
we should just take him back to town.
Does this
I
can you sip potions here to determine what it is? I know in some versions of D&D you can like take a sip and you know what it does.
I'm undecided. I haven't answered that question. Players, how do you want to play potions in your game world for this game?
we can,
What do you like? What gives you the seamless gameplay?
we
No
can give
sipping.
him both of them and roll on the potion visibility table.
Yeah. So unknown potion misfortune table.
Well, I know what it is. I know what the potion is. That's the issue. I know what the potion is. It is a certain something,
Mhm.
and the scout wants to know if you can just nibble in this game and know what it is. And I'm undecided. What do we want to do as a group? Because I really don't have a dog in this fight. I really don't.
I vote no. No sipping.
Yeah. Yeah, so in my games I do the sipping, but
With this one, we're not. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys chose
yeah,
that and whatever. So yeah, it's risky. You are just giving him something that you don't know what it'll do.
the one that smells less bad.
Did you see what he put into that curse? I don't think so.
This smells like shit.
I can give smells. I can give smells.
Yep. The first one.
Worst.
One
The
that
first one
smells
is vanilla, and the other one smells like bark.
Barf. Great.
Bark, like on a tree.
Or
the
so
vanilla.
it's pretty obvious. I argue that it's the vanilla one is the correct one.
I disagree with this whole plan. We should just take him back to town. There's obviously another wolf there.
If we move him, we
You
risk.
restore him 5 hit points, and he comes to.
Oh, you already poured it in his mouth?
Yeah, that was a go. That was a go.
Well,
And
one
he's
out-
like, and he's like, mead, give me mead.
I don't think I have any need. Sorry.
Then get out of my face.
I
Oh,
got
I feel like hammered shit.
I got a wine skin. You can take from that
What do you have?
wine skin.
You have a wine skin?
Yeah.
He doesn't like wine. Wine is for those Drune shamans. I like
Doesn't
heavy,
like
stout,
wine.
and strong mead. Grapes. Blah!
I think we have to go to the inn for that.
We are in great danger.
Listen, Jeru, we just saved you from a certain death. My good friend Toth here and we slayed this naked man.
Under the supervision of Le Cavall.
He was a fearsome fighter. What do you remember from your attack?
Oh, the attack. Yeah, that was just it was werewolves, obviously sent by the these Viones. They're trying to run me out of town and kill me and squash my religion and make an example of me.
So you're saying that the werewolves are in league with the church?
Yeah, they're part of their entourage. Don't you recognize this? Oh no, I guess you can't.
The naked man's tattoos?
I was attacked by the men from the Welcome Wench, but they were in wolf form and they overcame me.
Oh, and did they come in
I
on
thought it was curtains for me.
Did they came in with the entourage?
They did, yes. We saw them go back up to the house afterwards.
Yep.
It's the
Yep.
guys with weak chins.
Yep. And he
And
may
no
be
shit now?
injured, but he doesn't sound or look like he's been drinking heavily. So
Okay.
he has his wits about him and he's asking pointing questions even though he's bloody. And he's like, "Oh God, they've carved these horrible symbols in me. We are in great danger. We must find a ley line."
A what?
A ley line. Okay, fair enough. Where's the nearest one?
Is that like a fishing line or?
No, it's where line. I guess to explain it like magical lines of power become more present and they follow certain paths.
Yeah,
And
I know that, but Le Cavall does not.
I
Yeah.
know. So the druid's trying to explain it to you. And finally he says, what does he say? He says, I'll tell you where he tells you. He goes, "Just get me to the ruins of St. Clude's Abbey." And that you know where that is. Because you're a local from around here.
Okay. Hold on. So we've killed one of the beasts of Averoigne. Obviously, it seems like an entangled political mess.
These are just his minions.
Yeah.
You have yet to meet the Beast of Averoigne.
Oh.
We amongst us we do not have the means to confront the Beast of Averoigne. I say we ride out the night in a strong ley line position, and that's the closest one I know.
Good plan.
Cree, what do you think? You guys.
We need the triumvirate. Your
Uh,
friend the druid is not present. We lack the means and the power to face this off. It's going to take all three of us, and who the third person is he's referring to, you don't know.
I trust the old man in such matters.
all right, so we're gonna go to the Abbey, the ruins.
I
and-
sorry, it's another abbey. That's just what I have.
Oh no. Yeah.
But yeah, the ruined abbey of Saint Clude, Jaru says is the ley lines have a strong presence on that ground, and so it would be, pagan animistic holy ground or sacred ground. So any of your capabilities would
Creed,
of
this is the
magical
part
nature
where I
may
say I
be
know where we're
enhanced.
going.
Well, the scout does because he never gets lost on a starry night.
No, I'm having a player epiphany. Sorry. um. Okay. Yeah.
What? Okay, I get you.
Let's
I
go.
get you. Have you have? Well, let me ask you this straight up, John, because it can only help us. Have you read and are familiar with the content in Dome and in Wormskin?
Yeah.
Necrotic gnomes. Okay,
Yeah. But I'm okay with player and character knowledge, et cetera, et cetera.
okay. And as any one of these other guys can testify, I try to reskin it like any good DM and make it totally.
I'm sure it'll be crazy.
He really, really, really does reskin it. Unless they're my go, but that's an entirely different thing.
They reskin you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Put your brain in a jar.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if we can figure out. Well, he can walk now, right? Now that you've juiced
Yeah.
him.
Yep.
Okay,
With a
let's.
vanilla drink.
Yep. And the other one smelled like barf. Let's bring that with us, okay? And we'll go to this these ruins.
So, guys, I have to stop playing really soon.
This could be a great place to stop
But
then.
you guys can play on if you want to.
I would like to,
course.
but I think we should have the rest of the players.
Nice.
Is
Yeah,
that
it's a good place for me to stop.
okay? Fantastic.
Okay.
So that's where we'll call it. Thanks, guys, for a great game this morning. It's good to be back.
Yes.
And I'll be posting in 2 weeks, and I better check the schedule because the end of September I'm out of town, but I think I'm fine for our next session. Yeah, the 15th I'm good. That's going to be the
Great,
next game schedule, the 15th of September.
great use of the village of Hamlet. By the way.
I'm glad you. I wondered how long it was going to hold out because that one is well known.
Yeah.
Anders, did you realize you were in the village of Hamlet?
No, I haven't played that adventure actually.
Nope, me
That's
neither.
I don't even own it, so
T1.
I had
T1.
no idea.
Oh, good. And well, thanks for that, Gabriel. I've read it a long time ago, but I never wanted to play it because I never didn't know what to do with it.
I have played and run it several times, but I mean your take was great. I mean, really, I
Ah,
love it.
ah, you humble me, sir. You humble me, sir. Like I said, you guys make it worth it to get up in the morning and do this stuff. I'm gonna go clean up, and I hope to see you all in 2 weeks.
Good game.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Thanks very much, gentlemen.
Thanks everyone.